overdose vapes. Keep your wicks wet and your coils tight. If you're looking for new flavors and all about the clouds, bro, filling up a clear road, we're dripping on the sub-ohm reviews for that juice. Well, Trav and Josh host view it on YouTube and prepare for overdose.
Hardware review.
Hardware
for
time,
you.
baby.
For you.
So, we like to mix it up. We're known primarily as a juice channel, but we really love doing little hardware reviews here and there for you guys.
We sure do.
And Tobeco USA was cool enough to send us out a few different things. We've done a couple, and today we're going to do another one. And the one we're looking at today is the Symbiote RDA.
Yep. Symbiote.
Symbiote. Symbiote.
Yep.
It's not a real word, but it is a real RDA. So why don't we go up close, just get this out of the way, look at it all up close, knock it all apart, because I think that's where the most interesting parts of it lies, up close. But then we'll come back out and we'll give you our scores, tell you what we think.
Yeah. Symbiote by Tobeco.
Alright, so Tobeco has made a switch from doing a lot of clone kind of stuff to doing authentic, like affordable authentics is kind of like where they're headed with their game plan, which I love. I do. I absolutely love it.
Yeah, I'm on the Stargate right now. It's a big tank, it's kind of like the Griffin. It is amazing. We got that review up. Check that out.
Griffin killer, in my opinion.
Yeah,
to
buddy.
be totally honest, what I mean?
Buddy.
It's my favorite current RTA.
It's a beast.
It's got that vertical goon deck, lovely.
Yeah.
But the Symbiote is just your typical RDA in a lot of ways.
Yeah.
But in some ways, as you saw, the deck is really radically different than anything else I have.
Right.
It's got the 6 posts, so you can do triple coils. But it's also got like the postless deck. You know what I mean? Like I say post in a real general sense. You saw it. It's got like the postless design.
Right.
It's really interesting.
It captures the wires.
Yeah. You kind of put them down, straight vertically down into there, as you saw, and then you kind of tighten it through the little holes on the side, which I think is interesting. That's the most interesting part about this, without a doubt, is the deck. The top cap itself is a little forgettable. It's just your typical 3 holes.
A little chintzy.
A little chintzy. It doesn't feel real sturdy.
Yeah, the guard is great. I mean, the screen in there, that's helpful.
The little splash guard is cool, yeah, because when you have these real wide drip tips, especially, you get a lot of splashback. And these coils are sitting like right up against. I mean, it's not like your typical design where the coils are going to be off to the side. These coils are sitting directly on top of the deck. You know what I mean?
Literally right underneath this screen. So it does help with spit back or getting juice in the mouth, that kind of stuff.
Totally. I've had no problems with it leaking or anything. Me and Josh have both used it. I've had no problems with it leaking through these holes or anything, which I kind of thought at first it would do. But
and it's pretty small wells, you know what I mean? So you'd think that the juice would have to go somewhere, but it does okay.
The top cap does a pretty good job of staying. The holes are pretty far above the deck.
Yeah.
So, it keeps it from leaking too bad. The little design on here I think is a little chintzy. It's like a mouth with teeth with kind of like drool. But if you can like feel it, it feels just kind of printed on. That'll probably come off pretty easily.
Yeah.
That feels a little unnecessary to me. The whole thing, the whole top cap, like I said, it just feels a little chintzy. You can adjust the airflow, but you can't do, there's no single coil option. Which is unusual because you have like so many options for the deck. You would think that maybe they would give you that option to do like a single coil. But no. So I mean, it is what it is.
Yeah.
I was like keep looking like maybe they do. No, they don't.
They don't.
They don't. So I mean, it is what it is. But you can do things like triple coils on here, which I think is pretty interesting.
Yeah, it's definitely versatile.
It is versatile. Yeah.
Yeah.
I just don't. Like there's a lot of things I love about it, but just the looks of it, I'm not crazy about.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Like it's not something I think is a real nice showpiece.
Right.
It does chuck, and it has good flavor, and it has a really interesting deck, but I think that when it comes down to it, it's just not something I would be throwing on like a showpiece mod. I don't know.
Right. But it's a nice little beater, you know what I mean? It's a good like travel fucking addy.
Yes.
Easy to drip into. I mean, and what juice we got in here today,
We
bro?
have Father's Load by VanValVapor. This is fucking terrific.
It is good.
It's terrific.
We'll be getting a hold of that next week.
Yeah.
Van Val, they sent a bunch of flavors out.
They have a ton of flavors.
We just grabbed one to throw up on this Addy, and it happened to be really good. Instead of Mother's Milk, it's called Father's Load.
It's a little funny. This thing does chuck, and I think that, like Josh said, it could be a good workhorse. Like if you're going to like a convention, or you're like, you're gonna have your mod in your pocket or something, and you don't want like an $80, $100
You don't have to worry about it
RDA.
getting scratched
Yeah.
or whatever. It's just it's a good all around fucking Addy.
Yeah,
It's easy to deal with.
and it chucks. It's got good flavor.
I like the mouthpiece. It's a good circumference, and it's not bad.
And it's Delrin. The actual mouthpiece itself is Delrin.
Yeah, it's comfortable to vape on.
It is comfortable. Yeah. They don't have an option. I gotta double check it every time because we fucked up once. They do not have an option for a normal 510. There's no normal 510 adapter.
So that's it.
So this is it. This is what you got.
And it works.
And it works, yeah. And it's, this thing is inexpensive.
Yeah.
I don't know the exact price. I'll put it up right now. So you can see, I mean, it's really inexpensive. It's something you can pick up for cheap, play around with. If you've never used, it's very versatile. If you've never used a postless design, this is a good way to start and see if it's something you're interested in.
Yeah, definitely easy to work with and all that good stuff. Simple vape, there's not a lot of moving parts. It's just boom, 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 and vape.
Yep.
Which is great.
If you want something that you can throw, like, the thing is, too, is that since you're not putting your coils to the sides, you don't have to worry about the size of the coils. You could put some monsters in there.
Yeah, hogs.
You could put some hogs in there for sure, dude. Like, as long as they fit in the post,
Right.
I mean, you're not going to, like, run out of room as far as, like, room for the coils. So,
Right.
I think for that purpose, it's really nice. And as a workhorse mod, something you can beat the fuck up and it doesn't really matter. I think it's nice.
Yeah, I think it's solid. I think it's, well made. I don't, there's no real issues with it. It's a comfortable vape. That's what I like. I like to just be able to vape on it and no worries. It's not burning you. It's none of that shit. So I'm going to give it a solid 3.
Yeah.
Yep.
I am going to pump up the volume here. I'm going to put it up to 130 watts.
Watch 'em, boys.
I'm going to show you what it's capable of, and still be comfortable. Like Josh said, it doesn't get hot. I mean, I've had it like 150 watts, and it wasn't too hot, which is amazing.
And that's an issue I have with a lot of Addies, is that it gets warm, it's not comfortable, you can't just blast on it for a while. Oh yeah, it chucks. Got no problem with the cloudage, man. It's just a straight bam, you know what I mean?
Right to the fucking
it's right
lungs,
there.
yeah.
So.
Yeah, I mean, it's a nice warm bit, but not too hot.
Yeah.
I'm going to say 4. I think that it has a lot of really good things going for it. I think that it is, if you consider the price, consider like the uniqueness of it, I think the small problems that I have with it are kind of negligible. I think most of my problems are like design wise, aesthetics, and so I can't really mark it down for that. I'm gonna say 4. I think it is a very well done Addy. So
boom boom
pick
bang.
it up. I mean, it's worth picking up if you're somebody like me who wants to have a ton of different shit, and you don't have a lot of money. This is something interesting and that you can play around with. It's not gonna break the bank.
Get a good vape, and you can put all kinds of different coils in there.
Straight up,
which is dope.
Awesome.
Yeah.
All right, thank you so much to Tobeco USA. They have been really cool to us, sending us out stuff. We really appreciate it. And I think Tobeco, the way they're headed, the direction they're going, is awesome.
Yeah.
Affordable Authentics
No doubt.
is the future of vaping. So keep an eye on Tobeco USA. I mean, they might be coming out with some shit that you might want to pick up, like the Stargate. Stargate, like Josh said, go watch that video. That's a must buy. That's a must buy.
It's a grand piece. Yep.
All right. So, like I said, thank you guys so much for watching. Please keep your coils tight.
Keep your wigs wet, and peace to your family.
Peace to your mama.
And your mama.
Your mama.